Well, welcome to another edition of GW Unspoken, where we discuss stuff we don't typically talk about but probably should. And we're coming here now talking about leadership in purpose in our Season 4, Episode 2, and hoping you can get something out of this. I'm talking to all those people out there, and we talk about people who are leaders, but everyone has the capacity to be a leader. In fact, I think everyone is a leader in their own right. It doesn't mean you have to be a CEO of a job or a principal or a middle leader. It doesn't mean you have to be in charge of an organisation no matter what your title is, because leadership is not a title. Leadership is an action. Leadership is where people want to follow you, and you're actually the leader who can move forward even when people aren't looking and have that positive experience where other people can follow. And I think there's just a few things I want to talk about tonight really quickly about what leadership is, and based on some great reads I've had recently, and that's in those little audiobooks. I love listening to audiobooks when walking the dogs, or, you know, spend a lot of time in the car traveling between different venues and just chucking one in and getting some nuggets of gold. And sometimes I'll pull over the side of the road or going for a jog with the dogs. I'll stop and be a bit of a nerd and get the notes section out on the phone and write down some key things, some key learnings that, you know, especially what I need. So to improve, obviously, the people I'm working with, but also my family. So number one thing I think with leadership and purpose is have self-reflection, have a starting point of where you are. So if you're listening to this in the car, you're an adult, a child, a teen, you might be at the gym, wherever you might be, going for a walk even, think about your self-reflection right now. What are your values? What are the things that actually make you you? What are the things you stand by? How have they been shaped? Can they be questionable? Are they in the right order for you to help influence other people in the right way in a leadership capacity? So what are your values in self-reflection? What are your passions? What gives you real purpose? What's the thing that motivates you every day? What's the motive behind you moving forward and doing the things that you do? Have you got one? For a lot of teens out there thinking about what's their next step, getting through year 12, what's the passions? What's the thing that's going to motivate them every single day? We've talked about this before, where a lot of times about 80% of people are saying they're not happy with the job they're in. So what's something that's going to motivate you to, get paid and pay the bills and, you know, get forward in life and have the assets you want to have? But what are the passions behind you waking up every single day? Because I heard this the other day and it really resonated with me. And number one was, you know, and we know this, but everything you focus on amplifies. So what are you focusing on a lot? Is it negative? Is it positive? Is it got a future bearing? And the other thing that they said is, what if today was your last day? Would you be living the way you are? Would you be acting the way you are? And I just love that. It just it sort of stops you in your tracks and goes, holy hell, how's my attitude right now? It's a bit of an attitude adjustment to think, am I doing the right thing right now if this was my last day? Would I be treating the people like I am? Would I be having a positive mindset? What could I do differently? We have tough days. Maybe that's a strategy you could try doing. What are your strengths? What are some things you can work towards? What are things that people are going to look to you for leadership in their struggling journey? Because we've all got them. You know, you can find what they are. And what are your goals? What are those goals? We talk about goal setting a lot, and people go, oh yeah, another goal setting seminar, another goal setting tip. What are some things that you can actually reward yourself with when you make your little minor goals going towards your bigger goals in self-reflection to keep moving forward? You can't just reach a goal and go, yep, I'm done now. All right, it doesn't work like that. Your mental health will go downhill. You've got to have more challenging goals. What are yours? If I'm asking you right now, what would your response be right now? Self-reflection, values, passions, strengths, goals. Number two, seeking mentorship. A lot of times when I became a head of department, I thought my way was the only way. And then people know this story, but I got given this book once where a mate said to me, hey, you should read this book. It's a really good book. And I went, oh, I don't read books. So look at the end of the newspaper, look at the sports section or Inside Sports, one of my favourite. Men's Health's great. And they said, no, even you could read this, whatever that meant. 92 pages of skills with people, bit of an uppercut. Read it, and I thought, oh my gosh, I've been doing everything wrong. So if you're going to seek mentorship, who are the people you're going to follow who has got purpose and passion? It can't be just you like I thought it was for me. I thought I had to be the magic. It's not about that. It's leveraging off people who have got the similar interests, who've been there before. Who are the people you respect or who have done or accomplished the things that you are wishing to achieve? That's the thing. If someone's actually done it, not just talking about it, and they're willing to mentor you on their journey, and you put your flavor to it, you can have a similar position. You can have a similar success, similar goals. You can actually do things based on those mentors you have. Because people who have got those things and done those things, they've got insight, they've got great advice, and they're going to be there to support you. We all need a mentor, and if you don't like that term, you need someone to leverage with and leverage on who can support you. Because guess what? They probably like doing that. They probably like mentoring you. It gives them a sense of leadership and purpose as well. So based on the doing and achievement of their their own lived experiences, that's actually going to give you some insight and advice and support that supports you on your journey where you're heading. Here's an idea. Here's a challenge for you. This is number 3. This is going to give you some leadership advice. Number 3, start a journal. A lot of people won't want to do that, but that's okay. That's probably why you should do it. Start a journal every single night. Write down your motive. Write down the thing that's going to excite you, right? Write down what your ideal day is. And number 2, write down what your ideal day would look like. From waking up in the morning to going to bed at night, what would make you feel unreal and say, this was a great day? And then you can have a bit of a reflection and go, right, how can I do this? When have I actually gone close to having an ideal day? And then how can you replicate that? How can you do everything in your power to replicate those things? Yes, things are going to come up and things are going to try and sidetrack you or distract you. What are the things that are going to get you on that ideal day consistently? Because Jim Rohn says every single time, it's all about the consistency. If you want to get fit, it's about the consistency. If you want to start having a great diet, it's about consistency. You want to get ahead in life, it's about serving people consistently. Be that consistent person. And the third thing is in that journal, every single day, write down who's leading you. My wife does this perfectly nearly at least once every 2 or 3 days. Hey, when you're at work today, who led you? When you had conversations today, who led you? What did that look like? What did that feel like? I'm like, holy hell. And it makes you think about, are you on the right track? Are you surrounding yourself with like-minded people to get you on the journey of where you want to head and helping as many people as you can? So number 3 is a challenge. Journal. Write down what the ideal day looks like based on your motive, based on what you want to achieve, and then who's leading you. All right? Some great reads just before we sign off here. Great reads. Zero Negativity by Ant Middleton on the SAS on TV. Didn't watch the series, got his book, read it. Oh my gosh. Some of the things he wrote about attitude adjustment was unbelievable. So I love that book. Die with Zero was another one recommended to me by another mate and talked about, living your life every single day with what you do have, not what you're trying to save up to do and be when you're 70 years old. Thought that was awesome. So Die with Zero is by Bill Perkins. And believe it or not, I've actually been telling this to a few or advising this one to a few of the students at school in year 11 and 12. Arnold Schwarzenegger's book, Be Useful, The 7 Tools for Life. Mate, I just thought, oh yeah, Arnie, I don't know. We articulate things well. Yeah, I respect what he's done, but this book kept coming up in bookshops and on the Audible all the time, one of the top reads. I went, okay, I'm just going to listen to this really quickly while I walk the dogs. I'm trying to get through this in 2 or 3 weeks. I think it was like 4 days I was done. I was so addicted. I think I was listening to it while I was mowing. Absolutely addicted to this book, 7 Tools for Life by Arnold Schwarzenegger. You think about what he's actually achieved from his life to not only bodybuilding and sport, but movies and politics. He is just a freak, but he's got some great advice again for our attitude. Remember, our attitude dictates how we are, what we do, and our physicality, the way we move and we move our bodies, can actually affect our mindset in a positive way as well. I really hope you got something out of this. I know I've spoken really quickly, but those 3 things, self-reflection, seek mentorships, and start a challenge by having a journal with those things, can probably get you off to a great, finding your purpose, but also displaying leadership in the goals that you're trying to achieve. And I really hope you can tune into episode 3 where we talk about leadership and purpose some more. So thanks for joining us on GW Unspoken.